There are three different types of articles. One is technical paper, like this one. The other one is review paper. I'll show you the other one. Like this one. The other one is articles published in conference proceedings, which is this one. I will come and give you an example of them. What are you seeing on the screen now?
Elsevier, an evaluation of lightweight deep learning techniques.
Yeah, you may need to know that this was my wife's MSc project.
Wow.
That was published in Elsevier. So this was our MSc project that was published in Elsevier. So what is it that technical article is all about? Technical articles is an experimental report. Okay, I would use this Elsevier to give you an example of what it takes to help with your understanding. Now it has an abstract. It has an introduction. This is part of introduction, state of the art, which means because one of the objectives of this work is to look at the state of the art in the use of deep learning in COVID-19 detection. So it's trying to bring, after the introduction, trying to bring to fore the most recent method that are used, especially in the lightweight deep learning techniques. That's why we brought in issue of state of the art, because it's one of the research objectives. Okay. Now, you now brought in, this is just, so this is what you have state of the art. Okay. You now have what they call the three data sets. It's very important to talk about data sets. There's something you need to see. In some papers, they will bring this issue of data sets inside the methodology. Okay. In some, they will not even mind how you write something. Papers you write determines how you present determines on the structure the publishers want you to have with them. Okay. Now this is a data set. You can go through and read through the paper if you like out there more deeply. And then talks about training applications, and then these are just some of the results. So now these are a technical paper talks about a report of an experiment that was performed alongside with the results and all the details. One of the most important things you need to look at is what makes this work reproducible. Can somebody read through my work and then reproduce it the way I did it, getting the same result? Reproducibility and transparency in research is very important. That is what guides your work all through. Okay. Now, this is not the result. You can go through it later on. You can see the experiment there. You can see experiment 1, experiment 2, or thereabouts. If you read through the work, you can go and see it. Have you seen experiment 1, experiment 2, experiment 3? Each of them are related to the objectives. Are you okay with me?
Yeah.
So this is now the metrics for measuring the work, measuring the result. You can go through if you want more on this type of work. It's a then this is an evaluation of result, because if you have your result, you need to evaluate them in context with the existing work to see what is it that you did that has added to knowledge. Okay. If you just type my name, you can see this paper. It's just there. Then the other part is discussion. Discussion now is, I'm now going to put life into my work more. After analysis, I'm now beginning to discuss, to bring to fore what I achieved. What is it that I did? How did I go about? Did I go about achieving my set objective? If yes, how did I go about doing it? My output, is there any work that is better than it, or that is better than? Just be honest and transparent there. So discussion brings all these things to fore. And then once you finish the discussion, let me tell you one thing. Some people who read your works, they will just read the abstracts, read the method a little bit, and then go to discussion to see what is it that you achieved and how did it make, how is it better than other works. Some people don't read all your works, they just read all those areas. That's why you need to be very much clear in what you are doing there, because that's what people want to know. And then look at the conclusion of future works. This is what is called a technical article. What article? A technical article. Okay. This one is, what are you seeing on the screen now?
Still the first one, I guess.
What are you seeing on the screen now?
Still the first one. Okay, an evaluation, cyber security challenges here in aviation.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a review paper. Cybersecurity challenges in aviation industry, a review of current and future trends. It's not just the name that merits a review. Review is like senior brother to literature review. A review article is a senior brother to literature review. Okay. So because what it does not provide experimental results, it simply provides a collection, a review of literature in that particular domain, x-raying what was done, how did they go about doing it, and thereabouts. So that's what it is. So there's some journals that teaches you how to do. In literature review, there's what is called a systematic review and a standalone review. A systematic review can be much more tedious and more challenging than a standalone review. Okay. Now, if you go through that, you see all these ones: systematic review, literature review. It's a systematic literature review. It talks about the method that was used in the review. The method is just, how did you go about searching for literature? How long did you search for it? What are the words, the keywords searching for literature? Which databases did you search for in the literature? How long did it take you? How did you differentiate between the right and the wrong ones? Okay, that is a method. This guy did a very good job in systematic literature, Okoli and Chapman. It's a very popular paper. There's also the one he did again. These 5 and 6, they are very good reference for a review paper, whether it is standalone or systematic review. Now, this is the aim and objective of the literature review. Survey of attack incident in the civil aviation industry for the last 20 years. Analysis of the review of the state of the art, identification of the most common types of attacks, providing professional with information. That becomes the aim of the work. Then this is classification and research criteria. How we classified it, the use of and all those stuff to get the papers. Okay. Now, you look at each of them, that makes it for reproducible. It means if you read through this work, you can understand what we did and the work in that line. So if you go further now, you see some tables of the papers we search for. 2021 Scopus Journal 1, Conference Proceedings 2, a total of 3 that were in this area in 2021. In 2012, Scopus, this is just for Scopus, okay? This database, Scopus database, there was no journal article in 2012 on this area, but there was a conference one on it. So that's just that's just that. If you go through down, this is not documented cyber attacks 2021, 2001 to 2021. But the work was on for 10 good years. So we have to read through all the papers in that area. So these are the documented cyber attacks. Okay. I did this one. So once you see, just for the last 10 years, all the attacks that were reported on public repositories on aviation industries. This is just analysis of the view of cyber. This is just the pie chart to talk about the attack, the type of attack that was done, whether it has to do with confidentiality, integrity, or availability. Okay. This is just the costs of cyber attacks in aviation industry per year. The funny thing is that there was none of them that was provided, not much were provided, because it's a security information, so they're not provided for them. Otherwise, people were afraid of running to the airports. The type of attack that were reported, see where they have them here. So if you go, this is what's called a review paper. There's no place here we'll talk about experiments or the outcome because it's not a technical paper, it's a review paper. So review paper spends more time talking about what has been done in the industry. The last one is this one. Conference proceedings. I have to be clear a little bit here. In some conferences, they can publish literature review paper, but many conferences publishes technical paper more that are the first view of your result. It must not be elaborate. Many conferences accept papers, only 10-page papers, or something that's no more than 10 pages.
Yeah.
So your report must not be more than 10 pages. So it's more like, oh, I'm doing a project. I've done my first experiment. Let me publish it and see what people say about this work. Before you continue. So you have about 3 objectives. Okay, you just want to publish, see what people think about it. You just take one result and publish it in conference. It's just only 10 pages they require. In some conferences, they just want you to just provide only the abstract and present it. So conference papers are more like a junior brother to articles because they have number of specific number of pages you're going to have. So just the first view of your work you publish in conferences. It can be review work, but sometimes that review work might require some improvement to knowledge. You know, that knowledge might be maybe you review the work, but you have done some what they call a taxonomy, trying to a taxonomy or classification of that kind of work, but it's not in depth. Conference articles are not meant to be in depth because they want to show a first view of your work, which after you must have got all the results and the feedback, you can now move into journal article to publish it.
Okay.
So journal article is just the way it is. So this is a work we did some years back. It's not we published it because the number of surveys, the what do you call it? What do you call it? It was online. We used the questionnaire to collect some information from people. So because the number of people, they are quite small, so we decided to now not do much to that. Okay, so you can see it's the first view of the paper. You can see our literature review. It's just very small pages. The method, you see the method we used. So you can see it's a very high level work. So you can see sample techniques, research models. It doesn't need to be very much deep because it's literature review. Okay, this is our result and discussion. Okay, we just provided the discussion and then provide the results here. And then they got published. Because it doesn't need to be more. Sometimes references, it's only 13 pages, 13 citations they were done. You can do such in journal articles. Does that make sense to you now?
Hello, anyone listening?
Is this still confusing?
Yes.
Is it confusing?
Yes, sir, it's confusing.
So where is the confusion coming from?
Exactly.
Tell me what the confusion is, and then will help you out. Because if I don't know the confusion, it's difficult to help you. Because for me, I already know what I did. It's clear, but you don't.
We'll meet up to when we want to do this. Let's say the first one, which is that the first one you talked about. You say there are up to 3 methods or stuff like that. What do we look out for? What are the general things that we must have in mind if you are writing this either journal or publication or article?
Okay, let me help. Go on.
This article is junior brother to projects. Okay, if you are writing a project now and you have 3 objectives for your project, okay, if you achieve those 3 objectives and have a result, you write a miniature version of it and publish it in journal article as a technical report. Now, if you're writing your project and it's maybe a PhD project and you have achieved the first objectives, you can write it up and publish it as an article in conference proceedings. So it's just like the way you're writing projects, they're all the same thing. But the difference between article and project is that project is more elaborate, provides more deep level elaboration. But an article, like I told you, the first one I showed you was my wife's MSc dissertation. We have to reduce it by removing some other things that are not necessary, like more details about methodology and more details about literature review or introduction. We remove some of this, summarize them, and then we publish it as journal article, technical journal article.
Okay, but so let me just help them. Like what you said, what you should look out for. Just know that your article or your technical reports should have abstracts, whether it's literature, what do you call it, a review paper or whatever. There should be abstracts. But now, in the introductory aspect of a technical paper, you should have those your object, whatever the topical the topic you're writing on. You kind of elaborate on it, expound on it, introduce it. Now, on the literature review, whether it's any kind of paper, you should also have your literature review. But the basic thing that differentiates each one is that your review paper only goes through, especially recent papers, you go through recent works in that domain you're working on. So for us in sciences, especially physical sciences, we do systematic. That's our own. We don't. We advise that what we do, is acceptable to us, is systematic review. Whenever we are doing any review paper, so like systematic review now has to bring in the sources of your whatever site references you're bringing in, all the people that have done that work before, as you're citing them. Where did you get these sources from? Is it from Web of Science? Is it from the IEEE Digital Library? You have to mention those. Then when you were searching for the literature, the literature review, yeah, when you're searching for people that have done related works, we call it empirical study or area of what do you call it, related research or something. What was the Google search? What was the search title you put in your Google Scholar? This, and let's say you used a Boolean to join words. You have to bring in, that's what makes it systematic, kind of. Then, before you now talk about, let's say somebody worked on so and so subtitle and look at the review he did, you can actually cite somebody that cited somebody. I hope you understand. So you can cite Olebra and so cited in another paper. So that's why his advice again says, when you look through review papers, you get enough information that will also help you build your own. So what makes it systematic is that in your methodology, that's where I think we bring, at least we've been bringing it in the area of methodology. You bring in the source, the method of search, and some other key points. Okay, that's what makes it systematic review. And then the number of papers you review is not like you're writing a review paper and your references is 10, 15. If you're writing a normal article and you're having 15 references, is acceptable. But if it's a review paper, upward of 50 to 100 to 200, the more the merrier when it's a review paper, because it will show that you reviewed enough paper for this particular paper to be accepted as review paper. But if it's just normal article, even 15 references is enough. 20. But you cannot use 10, 15, and you say it's a review paper. So I think these are some of the key points that you need to have in mind too. So help us, and then
the fellow that asked the question need to know whether the issue has been addressed or not.
okay. Please, who is that person that asks? I don't know if it's clearer now or we put you in more confusion.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I think you clarify. You have really give me something to look for. You have given me at least the number of references I should be talking about when it's a review paper. Number of references I should be talking about when it's so I'm okay with that. And we are talking about the abstract. I'm still okay. I think I'm okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So what we all need to do is go through these 3 papers. Doc, please, you can send me the names. So I'll use it to now have a single class with them. Then we'll compare so that in our comparison, we'll now point out what makes each one what it is. Thank you, sir.
You want me to send you the papers?
Yes, please. Or yeah, I'll
Okay,
need them.
I'll send you the paper on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, if
But
there's any,
sorry, Doc. Sorry, sir. Sir,
Yes, sir.
can you help us in the area of publication? Sometimes when we want to publish, we can't even to get these platforms where we can publish easily and stuff like that. Like there is one we'll be looking at. You'll be telling $400, $500. Is there any way we can get one that can at least be okay for us economically?
You know that most good papers are free.
Hello, Doc,
If you
sir.
write a good paper, Doc is here to help. Oh, yeah, now, Doc, help us on that.
yeah, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah, based on where you're coming from, I'm not sure you can publish in a reputable journal without, based on what you're doing, because high-class journals that are free are very competitive. So you need to really write something that is very, very new to publish in those areas that will accept it without APC. Another thing I'll ask you is, if you want to publish, let me come around. I'll show you something where you can check for. But because there's money involved, you can look for the ones with no APC. I'm coming. Just a minute. Just say no APC. I'm coming. I'll show you something. I think I've taken a lot of time today.
Today is sweet. I beg. Thank you. Sorry for the time.
If you people use this opportunity to get better, that's fine. But I'm not convinced that people are making use of opportunities. So that's where the problem lies. It's not about giving the sacrifice, but not making use of it. Are you hearing me?
Yes. I believe some of them will still pick up. I don't know. It's just that
I just
the
show you
environment
something. Are you still
already
recording? We have less than 1 minute. I'll just show you something, and that is the end of it. If you go to this place, are you seeing what are you seeing my screen now?
It's coming up.
It's not yet up, sir.
Have you seen it now?
No, it's not. It's still.
It's not showing yet, sir.
Okay. Yes, it's on
It's
now.
showing
It's
now.
up.
It's not showing yet, sir.
It's open now. It's open.
Yes,
So
it's open now.
Go to the internet, type Jane, Jane, Journal
Okay.
Author Name Estimator. If you finish your paper, you say insert your title or abstract here. So you can copy your abstract and paste it here. See where they have fine journals, okay? Or if you're